I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Yes or no? Did you ever take banned substances to enhance your cycling performance?
Yes.
I had no prior knowledge of the planned assault on Nancy Kerrigan.
I am deeply sorry for my irresponsible and selfish behavior I engaged in.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Oops the Podcast. Gallerati and Lynch are here.
Yo.
Ripping it up.
Yo.
In the 600s of episodes. So cool.
In the sea of six.
It's a pleasure, Lynch.
It's a pleasure.
And dude, so Lynch was telling me about, he went to a concert last night. He had a great time. I want to hear about it.
Yeah, one of these things about the pod is like you want to like not bring up stuff when you see each other before setting up, so you can just save it for the pod. But I could not help myself when I walked in today. I saw Tommy Richmond last night. Some of you may know him as Song of the Summer, $1 Million Baby. I ain't never want to mean, baby, do no wrong. I don't really know the words, but it's all about the vibes.
All about the vibes.
And I saw him on a Monday night, and I'm not a typical concert goer, and I gotta say, I was pretty sober the entire time, and I was just enjoying Tommy and what came out of his mouth. Really enjoyed the vibe that he was setting up.
So that reminds me of like those clips where they make fun of like Christian concerts. This guy going, virginity is cool. Come on. Virginity. Everyone's going. But dude, it's an interesting point, man. Like, well, before I bring it up, I want to hear more about the specifics of the concert, if there's more.
Yeah. So this was like a spontaneous thing. A couple months ago, I got a message from Spotify being like, hey, like Tommy's going to be in your area.
Bro, 2 months ago is not that spontaneous, by the way.
For me, it is. And I just said, I bought it right then and there.
Like for Spotify for doing
Spotify that. Like had me purchasing at the top of the marketing funnel. So, so I bought tickets.
How much are they?
$28 after fees for two tickets total.
What?
Total, yeah.
Oh, nice.
$28.
Tommy,
general admission.
Nice.
And I'm getting on the ground level because this guy's gonna explode. I think that Tommy Richmond is the next Michael Jackson.
Wow. So I know he has a. Besides that, does he have any other big hits?
No hits.
Well, when did that song come out?
That song came out about a year ago, and then it really got popular around maybe like April or May of last year.
Got it.
And then, didn't get any Grammy nominations. I think he has a very unique...
Grammys are bullshit.
He's got a very unique voice, and he does a lot of vocal layering in the production of his music. So I was a little, not nervous, but I was curious of how he was going to sound performing live. And I think they had that vocal layering in the background, and then he sang the verses that he typically would sing in the recordings, and it meshed so well.
Did he have
in a live concert.
Did he have an auto-tune mic, you think?
No. He is fully falsetto.
So yeah, I wonder why he had the like background track going then.
I just think that it adds to like his differentiating factor. Like it has like a uniqueness to it.
Okay.
He like layers up his voice like 16 times with just like
okay. So it's like used for melody.
Yeah, it's all melodic.
Like, rappers do it and it's because they're bad live.
No. He was amazing. It was I literally was just like I was getting embarrassed at like how much I was enjoying myself. I was like I am a little bitch boy now. And I bring Clint, and so I tell Victoria, I'm like, it was amazing, and she's like, did Clint have fun? Because he sent some Snapchats of
fucking Clint
me, and she's like, did he have fun? And the way she asked it, I was like, no, Clint did not make a wish my night for me. Like he didn't come with me just to appease me. Like he wanted to go see Tommy Richmond. People like Tommy Richmond.
Do we think Clint would want to come on the pod?
I think he'd be down.
We should have him on, dude.
Yeah,
Clint at this point has become enough of a legend that I need to learn more about this camping fair weather man.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. He lives right down the street.
Yeah, Clint. Shout out to Clint.
Yeah, Clint's great. So I'm glad he came. It was a short concert, and I'm glad. Like for a Monday night, it really checked off all the boxes I wanted. I wanted to see him.
Did you have openers?
He had two openers. They're people that like are coming up with him. Like they're all features in his music, so they were singing some of their own stuff. And then Tommy was like flexing towards the end. He sang $1 Million Baby, and then he had his new hit song.
Do people go nuts for $1 Million Baby?
Oh, people went crazy, and also so many people went just because of $1 Million Baby.
Of course. Did people know other songs? Did you know other songs?
I knew other songs. I didn't know I probably knew like 17% of the lyrics to like 4 or 5 other songs.
specific.
I was able to,
statistic,
what he
Lynch?
does, what Tommy does to set you up for success at a concert is a lot of his lyrics include him repeating himself. So if you don't catch it right away,
you could say
you
it
can
again.
confidently echo the line. Drake doesn't do that for you. Drake just keeps going. He
Do that.
do that, do that, do that, do that. One more time. I'ma hear you gonna do that, and you can confidently do that, do that. We stood
nice.
next to this couple from Poland, and they were like, we just know that one song that he did, so $30, why not show up? It's a great way to.
They're on vacation.
Yeah.
I think going to a concert on vacation is a cool thing to do. Like, we were trying to maybe do it when we were on our honeymoon, but there wasn't anybody that we like knew playing in the nights we were in the city. But like, it's a cool thing to do.
Yeah. He's going to Europe for this tour. The
He
Coyote
seems like a
tour.
guy who's probably going to be big in Europe.
Yeah.
That's the other thing about Europe, man. Like, I don't know if it's still like this, but I remember when I was a kid, you go to Italy and like, there'd be people who were washed up who were like still making new music in Europe, and like everybody was listening to it.
Really?
Like, when you make it in Europe, you make it forever. Like, those people aren't fickle. You know, they like appreciate history and legacy. Here, it's all like quick and gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sort of like, now I'm not even bagging on it, but it's like capitalism. It's like, you better, if you're not at the top, you just kind of fade away. So it's an interesting concept.
Yeah, so he's like he's in an important window right now because you could even tell, and Tommy and I,
I love when Lynch stands men, dude.
dude,
I love it.
we relate on such a level. I think what really resonated with me was right before he sang $1 Million Baby. He was like, this is like, this song is like, everyone really loves this song. This song put me on the map, and I'm so grateful for it. But I'm more than just this song. This song doesn't define me. But let's have some fun for a sec.
Nice.
And that made me think about Chipotle. And I was like, it made me feel like if I was on stage and I was just like, guys, I like to be silly, but let's get angry about the portions for a second.
That's so funny,
and then we'll
dude.
proceed. And so he did $1 Million Baby. He gave it his all, 20th show on the tour. And then he got a little cocky. He was flexing his muscles. He went full Kendrick Lamar post LA concert where he had all of his buddies come up with his new song playing. He didn't even sing. He sang it. And then he's like, one more time. And then they just played it, and he's just dancing with his buddies. He's dapping people up, and he's just like waving. His mom was at the show, and it just,
It's great.
I walked out of there fluttering.
Dude,
and I was in
yeah.
bed before midnight.
Man, I love the idea of Lynch going on stage and being like, I might be the portion guy, but don't try to portion my talent.
Do you know what he looks like?
No idea.
I got to just show you a picture of him.
It's funny. I didn't even know what his name was. Obviously, I know the song, but I started to feel like an unk for a second. I was like, do I just like not know a guy who's a guy? But it's sounding as if my knowledge of him is like fairly representative.
It's pretty. I think that me going was like Ryan's cool. That's very niche of Ryan. Right. It wasn't like damn it, dude. I wish I could have gone to the Tommy Richmond.
You're
concert.
a man who makes his own decisions, bro. I love it.
So this is Tommy jamming out.
Let me see.
There's a video.
Okay, interesting.
There's a video. I'll just show you real quick in green. This just showcases his other music. I love $1 Million Baby, but whenever I borrow a car for a long drive up and down the coast of the East, I listen to Tommy Richmond's discography.
Nice.
And this
does he only have one album? Does he have a bunch of singles? Like,
he's got a bunch of albums. He's probably got like 3 albums of at least 8 songs or
nice.
EPs. But this is his first like big
studio.
What's an EP?
An EP is just kind of like a small album.
Okay, so you can have multiple EPs.
Yeah, and you can put it on EP at any point. In fact, one of my favorite artists just announced like a surprise EP, and they're typically like shorter. I love a good EP. It's nice to get like 5-6 songs, you know what I mean? And like maybe the last 2 songs are a remix of the big song, remixes.
Yeah.
But what were you gonna say?
Like he's got anthems. Like
Yeah.
this guy,
Yeah, he
this
does.
guy's anthems
He
and
does.
his voice. So like this was just. I try to keep my phone away, but I had to capture some moments.
Nice.
So
Nice,
just
nice.
classic Thomas. And his mom was there. He's a
Classic
good
Thomas.
dude. He's a good dude. I subscribe.
Dude. How old do you think he is?
He's 25.
Nice. Dude, so you bringing up the sobriety thing made me think of something. So like, now, of course, there is like a perfect amount of like, and I get that there's like certain drugs that make music better in theory, but like in general, I think that getting fucked up for activities is immature. The activity in and of itself is fun, typically, right? If it's an activity that you choose to do.
Yeah.
So getting fucked up for it doesn't necessarily add that much. And I don't think getting fucked up for anything adds. So now, yes, obviously there's specific drugs that make music better. Okay, fine. Now, I would argue that those drugs are pretty intense and the juice may not be worth the squeeze in terms of like how you're going to feel later, how you might feel even within that period that you've chosen to do it. You might start good and then not feel good. And you know, so whatever, I guess put a couple of those to the side here where I agree that it can intensify the music, but like getting high for a concert, man, like dangerous move, because what I would always do, I'd go to these rap shows. I used to go to a ton of concerts in college, and the Paradise Rock Club was right next to my apartment in Boston. And, you know, Del the Funky Homo Sapien, for example, a guy who I was a big fan of, rapper. He's, you recognize him from, I Ain't Happy. Remember? I'm feeling glad I got
Clint Eastwood?
sunshine. Yeah, he's the rapper in that.
Oh.
Not that part, but the rap part. Like, we're passing the vent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he in the Gorillas?
I
Or
think
is
he
does
like,
the Clint Eastwood
he
song?
was like a guest, like, but he was in a couple of different songs. Finally, someone let me out of my cage. He's Bay Area rapper. He's actually Ice Cube's cousin, all random stuff.
Oh, sweet.
But he was part of a whole movement. So anyway, went to see him. This is an example I can think of. I smoke before the show, right? I go, there's like 4 or 5 openers. And by the time he comes out, I'm like completely washed, dude. I'm just like so tired. I'm like not enjoying it. It's wearing off. I just feel awkward. I'm not like connecting with the music like I thought I was going to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think getting hammered is the same thing for a concert. It's like, it might be like, woo, but like, you don't, to me, it's like you lose the ability to connect with art when you're hammered. Like if I don't, it's like going to see a movie hammered. It's a crazy decision.
Never done that.
Right? So it's like,
Doesn't make sense.
there are certain activities where it enhances it. If you're hanging with your friends, like just hanging and you're talking, or I don't know, like those moments feel nice for like getting fucked up. But like a concert, to me, 100% agree. There's an opportunity to have like the best time having a couple of drinks at a concert and like not going overboard and just like experiencing it for what it is, you know?
I agree.
I sound like a fucking narc, but it's like, maybe I'm just sounding old now, bro.
No, I agree with you. I've gone to such few concerts that each time I go, I forget how long it takes for the headliner to actually come out.
Right.
So we got to the concert at 7:45, and I was stressing. I was like, damn it, we're going to like miss. Like at 8 o'clock, it's going to start right away. The opener didn't come out until like 9.
Does Drake have openers?
Yeah.
Who usually opens for him?
Yachty, and then 21 opened
cool.
for him at MSG.
Okay. And okay.
And then he didn't come out for a while.
Interesting. Yeah. So I'm trying to think like on top build shows, like Bad Bunny doesn't have openers, but like, I don't think Taylor Swift does either, probably. I mean,
I heard
does she?
Clint told me last night that Sabrina Carpenter opened for Taylor on a lot of her Eras tour.
Okay. That makes sense.
I don't know how long.
That makes sense. So yeah, Bad Bunny, no openers, but like, I don't know if that's uncommon. It feels like it makes sense. It's like the show's at 8, he comes out at 8:45 or 9 and then does like 2 hours. And like, that's the whole show.
Yeah.
It's the greatest thing of all time. But yeah, dude, I always enjoy seeing the openers because like sometimes you like never know. And then I think about that. I'm like, I think about people who are big fans of comedy and I try to relate to them through like if and when I used to stand music. So like, for example, I saw Kanye in 2005. Yeah. Spring 2005. He performed at Toad's Place, New Haven. I've talked about this briefly, but like John Legend opened. He's a nobody. You know what I mean? And then I like have a fucking classic OCD list of like every single person I've seen, including openers. And then like occasionally I'm like, oh, wow, like I saw that guy. That's sick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So anyway,
you have a list?
Yeah.
That's all. That checks out. That's great.
Yeah. It's fairly significant. I mean, I kind of haven't gone to many concerts in the last, I'm sort of out on big live events in general lately. Like the idea of watching it on my couch sounds way better, like for sports. So even I know that there's like a vibe in the room, whatever, but like getting in and out of the stadium tires me out a little bit. I'm still down, but like I'm not seeking it out as much. But obviously for a concert, you got to be there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like you said, sometimes the juice isn't worth the squeeze.
Juice is one.
My first concert, I took an edible.
Where was it?
It was at, the name might have changed, but it was
Who
the
was it?
amphitheater down by the Jersey Shore. I think it was the PNC Bank Art Center. But it's one of those amphitheaters that has like the...
Who?
Oh, who? J. Cole.
Oh, cool.
For the 2014 Forest Hills Drive Tour,
Very
summer
cool.
2015.
Was it awesome?
Yeah, it was fine. It was fine. We had seats and we took edibles. And I connected with the opener the most.
Who was it?
Boz,
Oh, he's
part of the
great.
Dreamville squad.
Mm-hmm.
He did this song. He did a cover over Calvin Harris's one of his songs, but it was called "Love Souvenir."
Had the edibles hit you yet when he came out?
They hit right as that happened, and then after that, everything else kind
Peaked.
of. I peaked on Boz, and it was fantastic. But then, I'm still a little high, and this is 10 years ago now. I'm like not the most confident person in a public setting like that while high, and I also was driving, and I knew that it would wear off, but there was a shooting in the parking lot, and so that just wasn't fun. And I feel like
Did you hear the shooting?
no, we heard it was in a different parking lot, but people were running, like it was chaos. It was really scary, and I was a little high.
And the J. Cole
was
show is
terrible.
not like a place that you'd expect a shooting to be happening either.
No, it was a totally isolated
thing, yeah.
incident. Just sucked, and I was driving.
I think about what his concert would be like because he's massively popular and obviously very talented, and one of these guys that's like so good that like he doesn't have to worry about waves. You know what I mean? Like sometimes with music, it's so hard. Like a certain thing will be popular for a while and you kind of fit in within that, but then once that ends, you struggle to move on with it unless you're like an exceptional talent of some sort, or you're lucky, or you have some kind of X factor, whatever it is. But like J. Cole is a guy who is so gifted and skilled lyrically that like he sort of will always have a career. I'm not even that big of a fan. But I really respect it. And that album in particular, I really loved. But I wonder what his show is like. Cause I saw Nas one time and he was good, but like, he's just such a thinker that it wasn't this like lit ass show, which is fine. But I wonder to what degree Cole's show was like that. And then it's like, if you're touring on that level, obviously you figure out how to make the show compelling, right?
Yeah.
So it was sick. Like
He had the stage was one set design. It was the rooftop. So, because the album covers him sitting on a roof,
cool.
and so the whole stage is just one big rooftop.
cool.
It's not level, and so not a lot of dancing. In between his songs, he would interlude them with little stories and stuff. It was very intimate.
He's like
And
he's that kind of guy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's his thing. He would just sit on the top of the roof and sing his songs with passion, and it was a very cool, mellow show. It was very nice, and I'm assuming he would do that today.
What'd you say?
I'm assuming that's always been his vibe,
Right.
with the occasional banger. But it was very nice.
Yeah, he may have taken that idea from Big G, dude. Big G had a song called "On the Roof." Do you know about this?
No,
He made a rap song.
his own song.
Yes, Big G has a rap song. It's not recorded, but it went, "I'm on the roof. I'm on the roof. I got the vibes. I got the proof."
Oh,
I think he said, my friends think I'm chilling, say I'm looking good, but it ain't the shine of the chrome. It's what's under the hood.
Big G. What inspired this?
Dude, I have no idea. He was calling himself Professor Dog for a while, and he was making rap songs.
Did he come to you one day, just like, hey, G?
I must have been like 15, bro, and he's like started spitting bars. But yeah, the chrome rims were a thing at the time. That sounds like a dated reference now, but at the time it was like perfectly in line with what was happening in the landscape.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, dude. I'm trying to think. I saw. Yeah, dude. I always enjoy. I'm like, oh yeah, concert. It's fun to just collect those memories of like seeing sick concerts and shit.
Yeah. That was the perfect situation, or the perfect, like everything about that concert I love so much, because for $30, you really walk in with little expectations, and there was no driving. Just hopped on the L, got off at 3rd Ave. It was so easy to get in. It was so easy to get out, and it just, for $30, it was so much better than the $300 per ticket Drake concert that I went to for the experience. It just checked off all the boxes. He only sang for he maybe did 10 songs. He was up there for less than an hour, or maybe an hour at most, and it was perfect. Didn't drag out.
Solid.
Great show.
Yeah, and especially if you don't know every song, that's a solid length. When I was a kid, bro, the town I grew up in, which, great little town, really, I'm fond of it. But we weren't like close to any sort of venue for music. So like the closest place that had concerts was like 40 minutes away.
Hartford?
Not even, bro. I don't even know what concert venues there were in Hartford. Like, and if there was nobody good going there at the time. So New Haven, Toad's Place was the best one. And then also Wallingford had a theater, but it was more like older stuff, if that makes sense. Like it's like this big theater, so it would be like old bands that were touring. It would be rare for you to get the like big artist. But anyway, Toad's Place was it. And then there's the Meadowlands in Hartford, which again, 35, 40 minutes away. And you go see Dave Matthews there and stuff. But like, those tickets were also expensive. It was a whole ordeal. But like Toad's Place, you go, was like, but like big people would still go there. Like, Wu-Tang members, like people that we were all into. So we'd go there. And when I went to college, like I said, the Paradise Rock Club was literally around the corner from my apartment. And like, that just completely blew my mind. I was like, I can just walk 8 feet to a concert. Like that's the craziest thing in the world.
The access.
Which is fun. It's fun to like have to like look forward to stuff because you're used to it being more difficult. Like it's a nice thing in life, potentially.
Yeah. What's going on in your world?
Dude, I went to physical therapy yesterday and I said to the lady, I was like, her name's Olivia. She's great. I was like, I need to start doing like chest workouts again. She's like, all right. She goes, we can do them. She's like, you want to do like what? Like what kind of stuff are you trying to do? I'm like, she goes, you want to do push-ups? I was like, sure. Yeah, sounds great. You know what I mean? And it feels nice to do it in like a monitored environment when like you've had so many arbitrary feeling problems that come out of nowhere. So like you want to get the blessing of the person. And I feel great today. I feel fine today, which is amazing. So she goes, all right, let's do like 3 sets of 10. And then I kind of paused for a second. She went, you want to do them on your knees? I was like, yes. Yes, I do. Which is but dude, I feel like sore today. It's incredible. I'm hoping to start to reverse my matronly body back into a manly, chiseled body, which I'm looking forward to.
What a journey it's been.
It's been a journey.
Are you glad that, so it seems we're on the other side of it?
Yeah. I'm trying to do the math. Yeah, I guess it's been like 9 months of just like being afraid to like lift things. But the past month or two has been much better. So I'm just happy I didn't get surgery. I mean, everybody's like back surgery is just like back and neck surgery is just like not it. Like too high of a chance that it does nothing. What's the point? Blah, 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 blah. And, it was a long haul and like a long period of time where I just like couldn't do normal stuff, like sitting down, you know what I mean? Like crazy. But anyway, yeah, I feel good. And, I don't need to be a hero moving forward. Like I don't need to get huge. I just don't. And I don't care to. So it's just gonna be nice to be active again. Get back on the Pilates reformer. Get sexy for summer. Hill Dog sent me this thing where it was like talking about how you need to like, your body needs to be in like a solid place by the time you turn 40 or like you're fucked.
Really?
Type of deal. Yeah. And that's like just haunted me ever since. And I don't think she was even sending it, like suggesting to me that I need to get my shit together. But I was like trying to explain this to my physical therapist. I'm like, you ever just like, someone ever just send you something where like it haunts you forever? She's like, what are you talking about? I'm like,
Oh, it's so vulnerable.
I'm like, like a thing, like a meme or something. And like, you just can't forget, you just think about it forever. She's like, can you like give me an example?
Let's see it.
And I'm like, yeah. So like, this thing that said, if you don't do it by the time you're 40, and she's just kind of like looking at me like, and then there's another guy there who works there. I'm like, right, dude? And he's like, yeah, I get it. So anyway, but yeah, this is the same place. Did I tell you about the insurance thing? I may not have told you about this.
No, what's up?
Dude, this is just annoying. I went in there and I was so stoked that like I didn't have to pay for insurance. Like my insurance covered it. They're like, you don't have a bill, you're good. And then I get like this fat bill, dude. And like if I have a deductible apparently, which I know is normal. But this got billed as like a hospital bill and not as a physical therapy bill, which it maybe would have had the same deductible. I don't even know. I need to like call the billing people. But it's just also fucking annoying. I'm like, now I have $1,000 bill, dude. Like, are you out of your mind? I know. And then I like was fighting with them about it. Like, not actually. I just like called being like, I'm not paying this, basically, like to just see if that would do anything.
Did it?
And I don't know. I don't think so. And Hillary's like, are you serious right now? She was just like, this is very unpleasant. I'm like, God, dude. I'm like, I'm just trying. She's like, why are you like, I'm like, I'm not. I'm just saying, I'm just being straightforward. I'm just saying I'm not going to pay. She's like, can you just pay? I'm like, yes, but I don't want to.
Yeah,
like,
$1,000.
it's a lot of cash.
Hill Dog is so well spoken.
It's so funny.
I bet she kicks ass at work, just with all like the professional.
She does.
Like the things that you quote her saying, and just from when I see her, like just how like direct and she just gets stuff done. It's so impressive. What did she say?
She has a
She
good,
said that's what.
so unpleasant.
It's so unpleasant. What a great way to put it.
So if from her side of it, and this is a fair way to look at it, we had just been reunited after not seeing each other for a while. She was at the apartment with me. We were in Chicago.
Yeah.
And she was in the apartment with me in Chicago. And we had like a couple hours. Well, she had like one free hour before I had to go into the office at Barstool. And she, whatever. So, and during that time, I was like bitching on the phone.
Oh, that was like you and Hill Dog time.
Potentially. But also, like, I thought she had a call. But, like, I get why it was all annoying. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter anymore. But, and thank you, guys. Thank you to everybody who came out to the run of shows I've been doing in Chicago, New Hampshire, Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and Providence. All great shows. Something insane happened at the Providence show. That I'm waiting for them to send me the footage. I'm hoping they do. But, dude, so there's this drunk person in the front row. And she was with her boyfriend, I think. I don't know. So at some point, she like gets up and starts walking away, and it seems like she's going to leave. And the guy walks in the other direction. And I'm like, oh, weird. And then I'm like, oh, I don't know. Are they coming back? Like, what? Like, is she good? And I see the guy poke his head out and go, which I don't say because she's still in the room. I don't want to like back. I end up saying it later. But she's trying to get out the front door, and the front door is locked. So she can't, she's trying to figure it out. She can't get out. She can't get out. I guess you have to go through the back. I don't know. She then walks into the sound booth and turns off the fucking volume of the show, bro.
What?
She went out and they have a video recording of the security footage of her walking into the sound booth, going to the master volume and turning it all the way down. So my mic is just off for like 4 minutes.
4 minutes?
Yeah. And then like,
Was there anyone else in the
there's only
sound?
a couple
in the
people
sound
working.
room?
It was a Wednesday night. There's probably like, there's 50, 60 people at the show. And nobody was like expecting that to happen. So like,
Yeah.
one of the owners is probably doing admin stuff. The waitress is probably also restocking the whatever. And they like didn't notice for a second. And I have no mic. It was insane.
Damn.
Like,
Did you acknowledge?
yeah, I was
You
talking
have.
about
Yeah.
This person was so drunk, bro. I was like shocked. Like, she must be like a sound engineer or something. Like, to know how to do that is insane. If you're not like in the world somehow, you know what I mean? To know
Yeah.
how to turn off the volume of the show so she could like figure out how to get out. That's how fucked up she was. Further proof, it's insane to go get hammered for a thing where you're supposed to pay attention.
Yeah.
To be that drunk that you think it's normal to turn the show off at the beginning of the show, you're turning the show off.
It's kind of like a pretty badass heckle
It's
in a sense.
It's
You
a
just
crazy
turned your
heckle.
mic off.
It's the craziest possible heckle. Completely clip my wings, dude.
And then what happened? So did she end up leaving, or did she go back to her seat, or?
She left. Yeah. They were leaving because they were she was too hammered. And I think the guy was like embarrassed that she was so drunk and he's like, we need to go type of was the vibes.
Yeah.
So yeah, dude, crazy.
That's tough on a Wednesday night.
Tough on a Wednesday night. We found an amazing cocktail bar though. I gotta find out what it was called. It was called like,
In Providence?
yeah, dude. It was called like Morelli's or something. Dude, it was unbelievable. I'm gonna find it because I want to give it a shout out. But bro, when you go up to a bar and you see like a bunch of those little like olive oil and vinegar things that it could be like for dressing, but it's all stuff for the bar.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You know you're gonna get a crazy cocktail.
Yeah.
And like that was the case here. Like unbelievable drink.
Marcelino's Boutique Bar?
Yep, that's it.
Wow.
So got my, signature mezcal Negroni. And another thing that's fire is when you go to a bar and you ask for that and they just make it different. That's when you know you're at the spot. There's a spot in Detroit that I love too. I can't remember what it's called. I need to find that out too because I want to give them a shout out because it's amazing. But anyway, like they know how to make a crazy drink. And then you'll be like, what the fuck is in this? And they'll be like, well,
Oh, that's their favorite question.
instead of doing this, I did this. And I'm like, oh, fuck, that's crazy. And then I like try to write it down and try to like do it myself, but like it doesn't ever happen.
No.
But anyway, this guy made the shit out of this drink, bro. Like it was amazing. And then did the whole orange thing perfectly. He like twisted it over the top, wrapped it around the rim, and the giant ice cube was engraved.
Really?
Yeah.
With what?
Like the M of the bar.
The M?
And
The
dude,
letter.
yeah, it was an absolute vibe. Loved that. And so that was like a memorable thing from Providence. I like Providence in general. A couple friends came through also, which was nice. And then in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, which have you been there?
Once.
It's sick.
Beautiful, dude.
It's when?
6 years ago, I went to a wedding there.
Okay. I had been before and loved it. Like, it was great. And maybe I just didn't go to the downtown but people have said the downtown has like changed a lot, whatever. One common theme that I find at these New England towns, these like beach towns, they're not like ready to like deal with tourism. Like the people of the town seem to get pretty overwhelmed by it. Even the people who like work there, they're like, it's crazy. Like we were in Portland for Francis's wedding, I remember. And we went to like a restaurant and there was like no one in the restaurant, bro. It was like half full. And the guy's like, we don't have any tables. And we're like, are you sure? Like there seems, so you remember this?
Vaguely, but
I was like, there seem to be a bunch of tables. Like, and he's like, no. Like, he's like, I'm understaffed. Like, the town gets overrun. Yeah, dude, it was crazy. Like, it was great. I'm like, okay, dude, it's fine. Like, it's fine. But like, the way that like a place like here, like people move here to like make money. Like they want to stay open 24 hours. They're not going to check your ID. They don't give a fuck.
we'll
They
see you
wanna
in the
make money.
closet.
But like New England, it's like, let me see your ID, son. Is this, what's your star sign or whatever? What's your zodiac sign? So anyway, I don't know, just different vibes.
Have you ever
but,
been
like,
asked that before?
bro, in Boston all the time.
Damn.
What color are your eyes? How tall are you? Like insane.
Yeah, but
like,
the zodiac sign, that one's not on your ID.
that one too. And then also, yeah, exactly. It's like if you don't, and then like if they caught you, they'd snitch on you to your school. It's like surely this is time not being spent well. Like surely you can be committing to making your own life better rather than ruining the lives of others.
It's just an angry, horny person
Just dude, yeah,
that needs to do that.
so crazy. But anyway, like, yeah, I was getting the vibe a little bit too that like Portsmouth gets pretty busy in the summer, but I was like, I wonder how busy that actually is compared to what I would consider busy.
Yeah.
But whatever. And I saw an old friend too that was I wasn't expecting to see, which was really fun. She was right there in the front row. And it's a great venue, bro. So it's the Music Hall Lounge, it's called.
Music Hall Lounge?
Yeah. So it's funny. The main music hall, Patton Oswalt was performing. And I walk up to the theater. I'm like, oh, Patton Oswalt's performing. I'm like, am I performing in this theater? Like, was he here yesterday? And I'm today and they haven't changed it yet because I got there a little early. And then I'm like, oh no, like Patton Oswalt is there. And I hope there isn't a mistake. So I walk into the main room, bro. And I'm like, hey, I think I have a show here today. And she didn't mean to say it like this, but it came off as like, I was like, I think I have a show here today. She goes, oh, you're across the street.
Oh.
She did not mean it that way, but like it was still funny. But bro, Music Hall Lounge might film a special there.
It looked beautiful.
Dude, it's sick. It's like really intimate. It's like, and I think for my style, I like the cabaret. I like the cabaret situation.
Was this by this stage or is this more towards like the lobby area?
Yeah, it might be next to the stage. It's not behind the stage. Dude, I don't know. Actually.
I don't know. It looked really nice.
Dude, it's a great venue. Like really, really great. Had such a great time. Yeah. So I guess my next dates that I have on the calendar right now, Washington, D.C., the 1st to the 3rd of May.
Where in DC are you going?
The DC Comedy Loft. Not Julio.com tickets for all of these or the link in my bio. And then I'm in Nashville, Zanies, 20th and the 21st of June. Also Laugh Boston, June 12th. And then Charlotte, Duckworth's, the comedy club at Duckworth's, I think it's called, 17th to the 19th of July. And then I'm back in St. Pete in the fall, September. So pull up to any of those. And that's in the end of September. Not Julio.com for tickets.
The Zanies in Nashville, when I went with Francis, has a very nice green room.
It does. It does have a very nice good room. So they've added another room, and I think that's the one that I'm doing this time. I think it's smaller, but the main one's amazing too. I've done it also. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in as always. Oops Podcast. Hit us up. Let us know what's going on. Summer's coming. You got any big plans? How does your life change when things transition from cold to warm, if that's a thing that you experience where you live? I know that the change is pretty gradual, and I don't notice it, but it's so pronounced. If you just take a step back and look at it, I'm very interested about that. So hit us up. Let us know what's going on. Lynch, what do you got coming up?
Improv show on April 23rd, Steam Room Etiquette at St. Mark's. Check out my bio for information and tickets at Ryan is Really Polite. And also, friendly reminder, it's springtime. We might be swapping out our fall and winter clothes for the spring and summer. Make sure you show some gratitude to those articles of clothing that got you through the season and maybe made some great memories for you. Say thank you to them. Place them and rank them properly to help let them know with feedback how well they performed for you. If there's any articles of clothing that didn't fit that you want to fit come next season, remember that. Tell it that. Let it know, hey, I'm sorry, I wasn't in the shape that I want it to be in, so I couldn't wear you. It's not your fault. If it is their fault, throw it out, but let them know why they're getting thrown out. That's important to thank your articles of clothing as we change seasons. So email us at oopsthepodcast@gmail.com. Check us out at Oops the Podcast, Julio at Not Julio, and myself at Ron is Really Polite, and we will see you guys